Oh, he's got a hell of a fish.
That's a nice fish.
All right, Rich, you go on there.
I got the rods.
All right, my rod's open. I'm getting in that.
Okay, that's
guys,
a beauty.
that's right up top. There you go, Rich.
Well, give it a minute. Keep that
Okay,
fish in the
hang
water.
on. I'm here. Dave, take it line,
fish,
Dave.
David.
That's a good one. That's a solid fish. Wow, nice fish. There we go.
That might be a little better.
Oh, that fish is screaming, Rick. Wow.
You're watching Northeast Angling. We're proud to present inshore and offshore saltwater fishing. We cover every species from fluke and porgies to stripers, sharks, and tuna. You can learn more about techniques, tackle, and destinations at neangling.com. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
We're here with Captain Dave Chifo in the island home, beautiful Block Island. Dave's our host. And I'll tell you what, Dave, I know you know Block Island as well as anybody, and I think you've got an amazing adventure for us today.
Absolutely. For both of you, what we're going to do is we're going to start off a little trolling, then we're going to move and we're going to do some eeling today, and then hopefully after that we'll get out some fluke, possibly some sea bass.
It's a pretty big venue you got going on there.
Yeah, well, you know.
Sounds like a tall order.
We're going to mix it up for you. We'll have a good day out.
Well, you know, Dina cooked us a beautiful breakfast. The sun's just coming up, so I know we want to get an early start. So,
And it looks like we got a little wind out there. I know we're going to have to be ducking around a little bit, so I hope you've got a quiet spot for us to start the morning off.
Absolutely.
Before you hand us our heads.
I have you covered. You're going to be fine.
well, I'm all psyched up for this, so
Me
I say
too.
we get moving.
All right, let's go. Let's get
Okay,
out of here.
Let's do it.
Well, we're here in beautiful Block Island with Captain Dave Chifo. Dave, you said there's a lot of ways you can catch these fish, a lot of different techniques you use. I know you like the eel. Now you're doing some down rigging, Dave. You want to explain that to me a little bit?
Yeah, Rich, what we have here is we're running a 13-pound pancake weight. We're going to do a little controlled depth fishing on a Shimano rod and reel line counter. We're going to go out about 50 feet on one rod, 65 on the other, and follow the depth. We're going to fish about 2 to 5 feet right off the bottom.
Is
Nice
where
and
you want to
controlled.
be.
Absolutely.
You know, and Dave's got us here on the lee side of the island. There's a little bit of a blow on, but Dave, you still feel like we're going to see some fish here. I know this wasn't your first choice on where to fish today, but maybe this is our best bet for the moment.
Yeah, I think we're going to be
Hopefully
fine.
the wind will drop out.
That's
Absolutely.
got to be nice about the island, Dave. There's probably usually a lot of places you can hide when you get a big blow on, right?
That's the best, Rich. Absolutely.
Well, let's get these in the water. Let's get going.
Let's do it.
All right.
Just swing it out here, right, Dave?
That's
Just
it,
get past
Andy.
that.
Just set it right out
Rich,
there.
we moving?
Going now.
Get rolling.
That's clear, right? Not tangled at
No,
all?
we're good.
How far back before I hand this clip
And
to
I'd
you?
like you to go out about 50 feet on that one.
Okay, and I'm watching the line counter here, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a great
As soon as it
feature
gets
on that
50,
Dakota.
lock it up. I need you to loosen the drag for me. We're going to send it down.
Okay, 50 feet. I'm loosening
50
the
feet.
drag.
Okay, I'm going to clip it.
Okay, come over the top.
Right, exactly. Now clip the line right on. Going about 3/4 back on the.
Okay,
on the
so
snap.
loose drag. Put it in. Can I put it in the holder? Or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Dave, speed-wise, you said you want to be about 3.5?
I'd like to be 3.5. Yeah, would be
Okay.
ideal, Rich. Rich, I'll also need a depth on this.
Right now you're looking at 50.7, 51, somewhere around there.
That's
I know we're going to be coming up over some high spots.
important, Rich. That's what I'm going to need to know. When we
All
get
right.
up to the high spots, you have to let me know so I can bring it up.
Or drop it down when it gets deeper, right?
Right.
And you're just trying to get to the lower third of the water column, Dave?
Absolutely. Andy.
Just the top of the lower third where all the big fish are.
Correct,
You're
right.
not trying to drag the bottom with this
No,
thing?
no, not
Okay.
at all.
All right.
All right, why don't we get set up? We'll get the.
We'll move
the other
over
one.
onto the other rig. On the other side, we've got a big tube with a Berkeley gulp worm on it.
Exactly.
And I know you've been using those gulp worms and catching a lot of fish
We're
on them.
working awesome.
Guys, you better keep an eye on that rod, because if you've seen
Oh
what I
my
just
God,
ran
look at
over,
that pile of fish.
All right.
I may even put a mark on that and come back over. That's,
Okay,
oof,
Andy,
wow.
you want to grab that rod? We'll
Okay,
go out.
here we go.
That's a
Let's
nice
go
pile
out
of fish
65 on that.
Okay. Okay, and just swing it out there, right?
Just swing it out there, set it out 65 on the line counter.
Got it.
I'll put the clip on, we'll send it down.
Fish on!
Well, that didn't take very long.
Now,
No,
Dave,
it's
what do you
pretty
want to
good.
do here?
All you want to do, Rich,
I
is
say
the
he turns the
quickest
handle.
pop is just turn the handle.
I got it. But what's nice about this is you get a chance to fight the fish on monofilament and regular
Right.
tackle that we use.
And
you
you're fishing the depth.
You want to slow that drift down for me a little bit?
I think it's a lot of fun watching you hold that.
You could do that if you want, or I
I
can turn the
gotcha.
holder and wait for you to turn it.
Do I go to that, Dave? We got this other rig out here. Should we just
I'll
put it
leave
on
it
the
here.
rig?
I
brought
No,
the
I
other
already
rig out.
did.
You can knock it down.
I already did.
I'm
As,
easy.
as he's got the other lines over it, let's pull that out.
Yeah,
Guys,
we're all set here. That's
I'm
all
over the
clipped up
top. I
and
see it,
ready to
Rich.
Nah, yeah, this is a bass, guys.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to get this. I got this one out of the way. Dave, do you want to get that other downrigger up?
go. The other downrigger's all set, Rich?
And you're going to get that one up.
Okay. I'm going to just reach over here, Rich, and get
Sure,
this
go
out
right
of
ahead.
your way.
Go right ahead.
What do you think?
It feels like a bass. It's not fighting like a bluefish at all.
Great, great.
You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if we're going to need a net, but it's, you know, it feels like a nice fish.
Put that fish
All
in
right.
the
Let me
boat.
grab the net.
This is a
Hang
nice
on.
fish, guys. This is a real nice fish. That surprised me.
Rich, I'm just going to swing this downrigger out of your way a little bit.
Okay. You know, the initial shot that they give this when they hit it is amazing. All right, you ready? I got him right in the corner of the
All
mouth, too, Andy. You ready? Coming at you.
That's a solid.
That's a nice fish.
There we go. Let me get a hand on the frame. Nice job, Rich.
My first fish on a downrigger. All right, now I got our end trails on that. We are
Okay.
definitely going to come back over this spot.
Wow.
That's a pretty looking fish.
I think that's the quickest fish on troll I have ever caught.
If I'm not mistaken, you didn't even drop that other rod down yet.
We didn't get
we
it
didn't
right out of
made
the water.
it easy. You didn't have to reel it in.
Absolutely.
Good.
Is this going to be like this the whole day?
Hey, I wish it could. It may, just may be. If we're
I'm
gonna
sure you
fight-
get days where it will be, but
Absolutely.
All right. Let's get this fish up. See what it looks like.
see what it looks. It looks pretty big.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. Hey, that's too shabby. You know, again, look at the marks on that machine, guys. We got to get back.
We
over
gotta.
this.
Yeah, I agree,
But
Rich.
you know what? What's nice about this, like I said before, is you're not humping 300 yards of wire, or 300 feet.
Yeah,
of
that was
wire.
an
Not at all.
80-foot fight.
The model
That's
is great.
amazing.
You know,
Guys, for the box, are we sending this one?
No, we'll let it go.
All right.
We'll let it go. But
Okay.
I mean, we're in what 50 feet of water, and that fish came up 60 feet behind the boat when he hit. You know, and that's it.
All right, guys, I'm going to get this in, and let's get the boat squared away. Let's do this again.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go back over it.
Okay. I got the rod, Rich.
Visit the Northeast Angling website at neangling.com for nationwide saltwater charter directory, fishing news, and free fishing reports. You can also find dozens of techniques, tips, and tackle for every saltwater species. Now let's get back to the action.
You know, Dave, you said you love downrigging on top of these high spots up here. We're marking a heck of a lot of fish here.
Yeah, Rich. You're just coming into a zone here. It looks good.
A little touch on this rod over here.
That one there?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hook up here, guys.
That wasn't bottom, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. This
That one,
That's
that's a
fish.
fish. That's definitely a fish.
I'm in.
There you go. That looks like a decent fish, too.
Rich.
Oh, double it up, baby.
There you go. All right,
Pop that
guys.
clip. How's that one looking, Andy?
I don't know. It's feeling like a bluefish, Rich.
Oh, there, he's just jumping in the back. Yeah, that would be a good indication.
And now he's looking like a bluefish. Me? I'm rooting for Rich to have a
But
bluefish
this
about
one-
now.
this-
But I don't think it is.
I don't know.
This
Rich
one's
doesn't
staying down right about now.
He's
that
got a
looks
little
like a
bend in
good
that
fish.
rod.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all, actually.
Mine's off. Ooh.
That's not fair. That makes it easy for you. That's still good.
Now, I'm really rooting for Rich to have a bluefish, but I don't think he's got one.
Oh.
All right.
Dave, you
here
could
we go.
slow it down a little bit, maybe?
Absolutely, Rich. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Getting line on this fish now.
Hey, Rich, now that's on the tube with the Berkeley GoPro.
Yeah, Dave, that was
Yes.
you. You said you use that a lot out here, and it
Yeah,
works so well.
I'll, you know, Rich, I'll switch up every different time. You know, if the umbrellas are working, I'll stay with them. If they're not working, I'll keep one umbrella out and I'll switch to the tube and worm. You know,
There's a bass.
focus.
There's a bass.
I'm,
Dave. Just-
I'm going to scoot over and just give him a
just came
hand.
off. Not a bad
the
fish. That'd be
downrigger.
great,
I'm going to get the downrigger out of the way.
You know, Andy and I, you know, we pull wire back home, but you know, we look at this tube and worm and we say, oh my God, what a monstrosity this thing is. I can't believe how effective this thing is up here.
I'll tell you, here in Block Island, Rich, with a lot of eeling, I mean, it's just a perfect marriage. You know,
Dave,
it works well. Yes, Andy.
What's the safest thing to do with this weight right now? Keep it in the water, or
The best thing, you keep it in the water. If Rich is going to take the fish on that side, we can swing it inside.
just like bring it in one clip?
That's it.
We got a lot of guys trolling around us, and I noticed a lot of guys are catching bluefish.
They're catching bluefish, Rich, because they're up too high.
Is that what you mentioned something the other day also about the harmonics of the line. You prefer, how's that going to?
Absolutely. These here are the new Canon tournament downriggers, the DTS, and what I like is
nice fish.
They come. Oh, there you go.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I know. I just saw the fish. I stopped talking.
I got a glimpse at them also.
So anyway, but the harmonics are cut down completely with the braid. I run 250-pound braid on these downriggers, which is really effective.
Fish is solid.
Slices through the water, Rich, and it also keeps the weight down, more vertical instead of going
Just
out.
bring him right in between the rigger here.
Oh, that's nice,
man,
Rich.
We got him. That's a solid fish.
Oh, he's in.
I got him. Grab his head.
Pulling that net, baby.
I got him.
Look at that wiggly worm sticking out of his face. Oh my God.
One more time, Rich.
What are you trying to make me work twice here now? I just bought this fish once. So you feel like the harmonics of the line makes a big difference between a wire and a braid?
Absolutely.
I know some guys prefer wire, some guys prefer braid.
I prefer the braid. I don't want to spook the fish.
I got you. Now you tip this with, we tip it with a Berkeley worm, a Berkeley sandworm. It's a gulp worm.
It's a gulp worm,
Andy,
correct.
Andy and I
Rich, you
use
weren't
it for
losing
weak
this
fish.
guy.
Right.
Got him hooked good?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
So nice, I hooked him twice.
You got both hooks in him.
That's great.
Is that Berkeley worm?
That worm's still there. Save the
There
worm.
it is.
We're using that again. I might
Well
need a pair of
done.
pliers to get this out. You hooked him in a perfect spot here.
You know, and like I said, I mean, I have a bait shop also. You know, sandworms are up to $6, $7 a dozen.
Right.
These Berkeley worms,
It's like a little,
they're
Can't beat 'em.
reusable and they seem like they
it's a
work so
little,
well.
a little like tackle box in your boat.
That's exactly what it is.
Guys, let's get this fish back.
Okay.
Now you got one more thing you wanted to show us, right?
Yeah, we're going to head over, and I think we're going to do a little fluking.
Fluking?
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep walking around. We got some high spots
you know
up
what?
there too.
You told us we were going to do the eel thing. I came here to at least do the eel thing one time.
Okay. I won't disappoint you.
All right.
Any
We
sea
can do fluking later.
If we have
All
time,
right.
we can do some sea bass too?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you. We'll give you the whole Block Island
I'll
experience.
work with it, brother.
All right.
Good job, David. Thanks for that net, Andy. Well, we're back here with Captain Dave Chiefo. Andy, got a hit there?
Yeah, I got more than a hit, Rich.
Oh, that looks good. Captain Dave runs a charter boat, 28 Triton out of Block Island. And today Dave's showing us all the different types of fishing he does around the island.
Absolutely, Rich. We're out here. It looks like Andy's got into a good one.
Well, what we did is we moved into some deeper water here. The sun come up a bit, and we're doing one of Dave's favorites. Spends a lot of time doing this eeling. What are we at, about 35 feet of water here, Dave?
Yeah, we're running up 35 to about 42 feet of water. We've got a nice structure here, and we've got some great marks on the screen.
Yeah, we definitely had some good marks there, right when Andy hooked that fish. Dave, I'm going to run the boat here because I'm going to knock us back in reverse. You want to grab that net for Andy? I think he may need it.
I'm getting there. It's not a bad fish, guys.
Decent
You know,
fish?
and basically we're eeling. This fish is pretty solid.
We got,
I get color.
oh, nice looking fish, Andy.
Coming through it. Hey, Andy.
All right, hang on, Dave. I'm going to turn his head right at you.
Right into
and I'm
the
going
net.
to drop his head right into the net.
There we go.
Okay,
Fish
Dave.
on.
There you go. Straight up.
Nice job, Andy.
That is not a bad fish.
No, not at all.
Let's get a look at him.
You know, it's nice. Now, Dave, you mentioned that lighter presentation really means a lot with these eels.
Yes, Rich.
What size egg sinkers are we fishing here now?
Today, Rich, we're running a half-ounce right now.
And that's one of the reasons why we're slowing the boat down and stemming a little bit, too. That's a beautiful fish.
You know, the one nice thing about having Rich aboard is you got a good boat driver.
Absolutely.
He's sitting here stemming the boat so our eels can stay down. It kind of handicaps his fishing. But for the rest of us, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at
Now,
all.
even though this fish has this hook kind of deep, I'm going to actually get my hand around it
Yeah.
and turn it around and set him free.
That's a pretty fish.
Yeah.
Dave, your rod's clear, the one that's on the deck there?
Yeah.
You
Tell
know,
you,
we
this
marked-
guy, we're going to get him in the water, get him moving again.
Now, you know, Andy, we marked a pile of fish there. And what we did, the first thing we did when we hooked that fish is we put a wave point in so we know exactly where that fish was hooked and exactly where we marked those fish. So now generally what you want to do is you want to go right back to that spot, see if you mark them again and make that drift again, right?
We're going to right back to the spot after Dave puts on a new eel for me.
There you go. We'll take care of you.
Well, Dave, looks like you hooked a decent one here.
Yeah, it feels good, Andy. It's got a little weight here.
You know, this is something that, you know, I know you start this early in the season. How early does this bite actually begin?
Usually, Andy, around the second week of June.
Second week of June, David?
And how long does it go, Dave? Rich, you're going to have to jump onto him. Oh, he's got a hell of a fish.
That's a nice fish, guys.
That's a good
Yeah,
fish.
that's a good fish.
I got the rods. Yeah,
All right,
grab the
my
net.
rod's open. I'm getting the net.
Okay,
that's a
guys,
beauty.
that's right up top. There you go, Rich.
Well, give it a minute. Keep that fish in the
hang
water.
on. I'm here.
That's
You
a
take
pretty
it on,
fish,
Dave.
David.
That's a good one. That's a solid fish. All right, Dave's got the pool.
Nice.
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 There it is.
There we go, buddy.
All right.
This
That's the way. That's a nice fish.
Oh my gosh.
That's a pretty fish.
Is a
That's a
solid,
nice fish.
That's a pretty
solid
fish.
Dave, it's almost as if you knew what the heck you were doing.
Absolutely.
Look, I know that this isn't all, Block Island's not just about bass fishing, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. Many species. We go fluke in. I know I can't pry you guys away from the bite right now, but I do have a few other tricks I'd like to show you. What do you think, Rich?
I think he proved the bass thing.
It's your call.
All right.
That's a beautiful fish.
And we're going to give you a chance to come away with a pool fish on the day, at least for bass.
All right, sounds
before we
good.
move on to something else.
All right, I'm up for the challenge.
All right, let's get this fish back in.
All right.
And Rich, let's start policing up these rods and get a move on.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Visit the Northeast Angling YouTube channel for hundreds of videos, including full-length episodes, exciting clips, product reviews, and instructional videos. And now, the exciting conclusion of Northeast Angling.
Well, Dave, you know, you brought us out from the depths of eeling. We had some pretty monster fish.
Yeah.
You know, one thing Block Island doesn't get a lot of recognition for is the fluke fishing that you have here, too.
Absolutely, Rich. You know, and a lot of my charters have families, you know, that come on board when it's windy and
Here
rough.
you go, Andy.
Here we go.
Hey, nice. When it's windy and rough, it's great to get them inside, get them on some fish. The fluke bite is picked up. It just works out really well. Keeps everyone happy and entertained.
Well, and you got us out of the wind and the waves. I was enjoying eeling, but it was getting a little silly there after a while.
Yeah, absolutely,
That's a
Andy.
bad fluke. Wow, did he swallow this bucktail? Now I just want to let you know, somewhere inside of this fish is a bucktail.
I just grabbed one here. Dave, I may be tied into you also.
Let me see.
I think I am, but just hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this one off first.
All right.
Dave, you're not going to believe this. I got a fish, and I'm reeling up your bucktail, and you got a fish.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
Rich, looks like your fish might keep.
That's not a bad fish right there.
That's not a bad fish right there.
Wow. You think these fish are aggressive? I can't even see my bucktail.
Absolutely.
Let me see if I can get this one
I
out.
got the
Dave,
same
and we'll get
problem.
yours.
Rich, I'm sitting on the same thing here, and I had a big strip of bait on.
Hey, Rich, I'm not sitting too bad in the water either here.
That's good fish there?
Yeah.
Now, Rich is a lot more of the fluke man than I am. And that's also an excuse for me not to work as hard.
It's a pretty fish.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid my fish isn't going to keep. Looks like you guys both did a little better than I did.
That one I had was definitely a keeper.
Well, I'm going to get
Actually,
this.
I had, you know, my fish, if you put them both together, were definitely a keeper also. So you see, and I caught yours, Dave.
Well, we get this guy back
I'll
in
give
the
you that,
water
Rich.
here. Slip him in.
It's a nice bite you have here, though.
Yeah,
but like you
it
said,
is.
you know, again, I know you get a lot of wind, a lot of waves on the island.
Right.
To take the kids out, it's got to be a great way to fish.
Oh, it's fabulous.
And now you can do short-term charters with this also, right? I know a lot of people, you said, don't want to come out too long. They want to go out maybe, you know, 4 hours, 3 hours, something like that. I mean, you're coming right out the inlet here, Andy, and you're on the grounds.
Yeah, it's basically we're putting them on fish within 10, 15 minutes right out of the harbor.
Gotcha.
What kind of depth are we sitting in right here?
Right now we're in 50 feet. Dave, you said you like to drift along the shoreline. The sand hills get up in here a lot.
Absolutely.
Why don't you slide on the other side of me there?
Sure
You know, the other nice thing about this is in the afternoon, you usually have a prevailing breeze from the south that actually pushes you right along this beach.
Yeah,
That's
You know,
correct.
it's the right wind and the right drift. So you're going to have a lot of really, really good fluke drifts here. And you know, we look here, this is really a great time of year. We just don't have a lot of traffic here.
Nah,
No
you
pressure
got-
on these fish.
You look, you got about, whoop, you got him?
No, I was sleeping.
Oh, I'm gonna get that one. You got like 4 or 5 boats here drifting for fluke, and you can see it's all families hanging out. And it's just it's a nice way to spend an afternoon, you know.
Absolutely.
And I still think, you know, by far, probably one of the better eating fish around also.
I couldn't agree more, Rich.
You know,
really tasty.
So you really could spend a day out here and do, get some bass, certainly get some bluefish mixed in, which we saw,
Yes.
a few sea bass and fluke, all within just a few miles of the inlet.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah. Everything's like, you know, within sight of coming out of the inlet.
Yeah.
Now we're putting pressure on you, Dave. Now your charter's going to want, they
Want
want to
me to do
troll a couple,
some fluke fishing.
They're going to want to troll a couple 20-pound bass.
We'll do it all, Rich.
They're going to
We'll
eel
do it
fish
all.
almost close to 40 pounds, and they're going to want some keeper fluke also.
That'll work.
It's like Nomans, but not quite there.
Yeah, exactly. It is a beautiful area, though, I'll tell you. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot of pressure in this neck of the woods, Andy. You know, it's not like, you know, it's not like Montauk, it's not like Shagwon, where you get inundated with boats. I mean, we've basically been fishing alone all day, and it's a
Right.
beautiful day.
And this is like the undiscovered country, a great place for an angler to go and do some prospecting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
just go out here, pick a depth, work it, try another depth, look for little bumps and little piece of structure, anything out of the ordinary along these beaches, and they're going to hold fish.
Yeah.
A little touch here, Rich.
Got one there, Andy?
Hey, play. Oh,
Here you go.
man, lifted a bucktail right at the bottom. It may not be the biggest fish, but it's not a bad one.
Well, you know what? Even if it's not the biggest fish, I know, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dina puts wine and cheese out at 5 o'clock there.
That's right, Rich. Well, I think the girls are back waiting for us, so it's up to you guys.
Wow.
I don't know, Andy, it's been a long day.
I'm
And
thinking
I
wine
really,
and cheese at the island home is starting to sound like a very good idea.
I'm not going to complain about how many fish we caught today.
I'll tell you what. You know, I don't know, what's the limit out here in Rhode Island? I don't even know how big the fish are supposed to be.
19, Andy.
19, well, this doesn't quite happen. But, you know, years ago, this would have been a keeper.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, there's a fish.
Oh, look at that. Wait on it.
Go.
That's every 5 o'clock now? On the island? Oh.
Every 5 and 5:30.
5 to 5:30.
Can't go wrong with
Wine and cheese
5
at
and
the island.
5:30.
Well, you know what? Let's end it on this note. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, man, it's time.
I think so, too.
I'm going to let this guy go back. And just an incredible day of fishing,
Oh,
Dave. I
God.
feel like I can't imagine what more I could have done here on Block Island today. You know, I saw all kinds of weather.
What haven't we done?
Yeah, all kinds of weather and all kinds of fish. This guy's going back.
Oh, you cannot beat that.
That's not bad.
That's a decent fish.
Thank you for watching. You can use the buttons below to subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch more videos, or to learn more about the location, techniques, and gear as seen in this video.